see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the 16th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. Fielded in the end zone, it's Marion. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Miami's offense will go on the attack first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
One thing you know about this defense, they have got a pass rush, and you cannot be predictable, especially when it comes to throwing the football. There is too much athleticism and length up front on this defensive line and in their front seven, and they register a sack early here on only the second play of the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To throw, it's Beck. Grabbed over the middle, it's Daniels. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? The give out of the gun. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Daniels. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Grabbed behind the line, it's Fletcher. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
They'll run play action. Gets it out quickly. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Dropping back, it's Beck. Fires to the right. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Hurricane! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Smothers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but, David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football. And one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
They'll run it from the gun. Wolfpack will get the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. That's caught, it's Rodgers. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. I'm trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of to make big plays.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, NC State! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Back to pass, it's Beck. Got it set up on the outside. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Off play action. Using the quick game. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
To the air on second down. Gets it out fast. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
When you see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Oh, the speed, the acceleration, the elusiveness, and he's down to the 43. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Hurricanes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Beck. Gets it to the back. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there is no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Coral Gables, sign me up for another half. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Hard Rock Stadium.
And the Canes will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. Trying play action. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
My My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, but we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. With the catch, it's Daniels. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Back to throw, it's Beck. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Fletcher. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. He slides that just inside the right upright. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. That's caught. It Smothers. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play.
Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. We've reached the break, and Miami is holding onto the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Finds his man. It's Grimes. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the big fella. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving an inch against these guys.
And it's a complete effort, Reese. It's the front. It's the defensive line owning the work up front. It's the linebackers running. It's the secondary all working together, reminiscent of the 2001 Miami defense. Under 10 points a game.
There he goes. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Grimes. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on 1st down that just goes awry?
Well, there have been way too many incompletions for this offense in this game. It's a big reason why they're trailing, obviously. They've never been able to get into a rhythm, and at this juncture here on a 2-minute situation in your own end, you got to find ways to start throwing completions somewhere out on the field to get back in this game.
Looking to pass, it's Bailey. This time it's complete, and he's brought down after a nice game.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it through a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got a man, it's Smothers. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Unloads to the wideout. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Rodgers. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
In this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
Man, that is a massive field goal. So much pressure on him. With just a couple seconds left here in the game, he knocks it through the uprights. It looks like this thing's going into overtime as long as your defense does not completely screw this thing up.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw. It's Beck. Snagged out of the air. Turning it on. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock, a pickup of 20.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Yeah, and it's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays and you got to have scripts, because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. They're going to reach for the miracle, a long field goal attempt to win the game or give up a kick 6. And it's no good. He missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Man, that's tough for the kicker. Here you are in the fourth quarter. You're trying to break this tie, give your team the lead, and knock it off the upright.
Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
This just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Paul. We're like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll get it started here in overtime. Back to throw, it's Beck. Works the middle.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
And now on second down for this offense. The give to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Here comes first and goal as they try to strike here in overtime. From the gun. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Canes! They strike first here in overtime. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Throws to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Wide open downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
1st and goal, down a touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Obviously, very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
This is like that 2-foot putt. They still need to make it to force another overtime. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. One extra period didn't get it done, and we start the 2nd OT. The give on the inside. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Now, when I'm in OT and I start to get in this territory, I gotta be thinking touchdown. Like, what are my plays that I can go to now? I ran the football and showed a little bit of conservativeness. Now I gotta take advantage of a shot out wide. What's my best go-to play in this situation?
Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And at this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tired. Here in OT, they just don't seem to have the punch up front that like they had earlier in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
This thing has been back and forth now. 1st and goal as they try to take the lead in overtime number 2. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2.
Now you play the whole game. Now now it's coming down to what? A couple of plays. It's in overtime. You're starting to move the ball closer to the opponent's end zone. Got to make a play. Got to protect the football. What's your go-to play after watching this whole game develop?
On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, that time on third down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced the negative play, now setting up fourth down.
They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. So they'll send out the field goal team to try to take the lead here in overtime. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And now they take the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Scanning the field, it's back. Throwing right. Got his man. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
And as a quarterback, you know when you're throwing a corner route, the football is going to travel a long distance, so you've got to have great timing. You've got to get the ball out of your hands before the receivers come out of his break. You've also got to put a lot of air under the pass so the wide receiver can locate it. You can tell this quarterback has thrown a ton of these routes in practice.
He got it in! Ball game! What a clutch play as they win it in double overtime! He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.